Welcome and hi there, Vision Vintage pals. We are here with a Star Wars Black Series review of the Stormtrooper Mimban Trooper. I don't know if it's Mimban, Mimbano, Mimbigaroo. We're gonna take a look at this quaint little piece from the 2018s. We want to give a big shout out to my brother's friend Bill for sending this our way to be able to review. It was a gift to my brother, awesome gift, and he wanted me to do a review of it. Speaking of Bill, if you would go on and check out Bill's website on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel called Billy Brown. He's got a Star Wars The Magic of Myth exhibition video on there, and at one point, he also had a video on there of an excellent homemade movie, like a short film that he had shot, but I'm not seeing that here now. This is the Stormtrooper Mimban Trooper, and as we see just through the box, we can see a cloth cape that is reminiscent of the cloth capes of the superpowers, Batman, Superman, Robin, and all the figures from the 1984 superpowers. Also, we see that this Stormtrooper has a very distressed feel. Just looking at the box, we see almost a profile view of the Mimban Trooper in this very downplayed gray charcoal color. On the back, we have the same, but in a close-up format. We know that this trooper can be deployed into many different environments, and that's kind of why we see the muddy nature here as it was in the Star Wars film. On the side, we got the sort of weird off tan color Stormtrooper, and we see Storm and almost Trooper across the box. But all right, so what I think I'll do is we'll crack into this bad guy and take a look at him from all perspectives. Opening the box, we can slide out the little plastic casing like Han Solo in carbonite, and I'm gonna pop him out of these suckers are sticking together, I'll tell you what. Right out of the box, I noticed this really nice posability feeling to it, and it has almost like a rubbery nature to it. And on the back, we got extreme details. We've got the, I'm going to call it the shoulder cape effect that we see in a lot of the newer films of Star Wars. We get this little shoulder to the side deal going on. The legs are turned inward a little bit, which is kind of interesting, and I don't know if you can really, well, I guess you can kind of adjust those a little bit. I've never opened a Black Series figure, to be honest. I have always kept them inside the box. I'm just one of those types of collectors. We've got some articulation points here in the elbow, which is really cool, and it kind of snaps into place. And then same way over on this side, and we can move the arm up, and it kind of has like a little catch too, like it's a gear inside there that kind of snaps into place to hold the position really well, so that you don't get that sort of old figure whirling arm effect where we have a windmill going on. With the head articulation, you can pose it in several different directions, which I really like. You can kind of have him looking down, looking upward a little, and also to the side. So we got many points of articulation there. In the knee, we have the snap, same snap style articulation. He has now hyperextended his leg, as you can see, and you can just kind of lock that in however that you would like. Got a lot of mud on the right side of his body. That would be your guy's left side. And as we move down into the ankle, we have some nice articulation here in the ankle as well. So I'm sure you could put this guy in many different positions. I'd like to get a shot of him out in the snow. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe we'll try that here in a little bit. It is snowing here in the mountains of West Virginia. So yeah, we might give it a little try for the Mimban Trooper, put him out in some real environmental discrepancies in interrogations, which I'm not really sure what that means. We have his holster here on the side. We can see a little bit of a tie here for the cape, where we, I guess, could remove that if we wanted to. I'm not going to. And in the wrist articulation, we got side to side articulation in the wrist. There's no movability in the wrist other than this side to side from what I can see here. So that's okay, I guess. Put the trooper into position, pop out the gun. I really shouldn't say gun. I guess this would be more so of a blaster. Apologize for my dirty nails. I've been building a fire since it's so cold out. But we got the blaster, and we're gonna try to put this into the trooper's holster and see if it actually fits down inside there. A little bit of a zoom in on the side here. I can see that there is some molding. There is a little place cut out here for the connection on the side, the little handle on the side. If I try to slide that down inside the holster, what I noticed right off the bang is it's kind of difficult to slide that down into the holster. If we try to move the belt around, he does have some articulation. I should have mentioned there's some articulation in his back, like in his torso region here, which allows you to get this forward bend and this backward bend, which is pretty cool. But if I try to slide this blaster down inside, I'm just having a hard time. Maybe I'm putting it in backwards, I don't know. No, it couldn't be. It does slide in easier that way, but you can obviously see that's not how it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna retry shoving this darn blaster down inside of his holster. And it just doesn't work. I just don't get it. Why is this not sliding down inside the holster? Yeah, I know most of you guys in the comments are gonna say, well, that's because Vision Vintage is an idiot and is unable to slide that down into the holster because of that. And I wouldn't disagree with you there. So go ahead and leave those nasty comments. We love those. But the blaster just doesn't wanna go. I mean, it just doesn't. So if I slide it around this way, it goes in perfectly at the start, but then it just kind of stops. Got this laser attachment or sight here on the side of the blaster, but this guy's just not wanting to go into the holster, and I don't really want to force it in there, so I'm not going to do that. So as far as the holster goes and the usability of holster, I'm a little disappointed. No big deal. I think that should have been molded a little bit better. But as far as a trooper goes, this is probably one of my favorite troopers because of this distressed look that this Mimban Trooper has. And I'm gonna put his blaster inside of his hand here, and it holds very nicely, unlike the holster. And you can adjust that and have him blast away at people. So this is pretty cool. The Stormtroopers were always my favorite as a kid because I can just remember back in the 80s thinking, man, I would really like to have one of those uniforms. The black and white, neutral tones just kind of stood out to me as a kid. You know, everybody probably, for the most part, wanted a Darth Vader outfit, but man, I was obsessed with the Troopers. I just thought they were some of the coolest looking soldiers that I had ever seen. So I really wished back then that they had the availability of such items as kids have today. We went out during Halloween and saw all the Stormtrooper outfits and Boba Fett and all those things. Just really super cool looking uniforms that they have for kids to play with these days, and the lightsabers that they have now. I can remember back in the 80s we didn't even have the retractable lightsabers. But you know, this is just a super action figure. And I hope you really enjoyed seeing the unboxing of the Mimban Trooper. Let me know what your favorite Trooper is in the comments, or maybe what your favorite Black Series figure would be from the Star Wars editions. I've got a pretty sweet selection of the Black Series figures. And but thank you, Bill, for having sent this to my brother, and thank you, J Money Flavor, for having sent this figure to me to review it. And we'll get this back at you as soon as possible, because I'm sure you want your Mimban Trooper out of the box to have for display purposes. So thank you, people at Vision Vintage, all my fans, for watching. We're at 846 subscribers, and I'll be honest, I really want to see that jump up to 1,000. Can we do it? please, if we get 1,000, I'm going to do a super awesome giveaway. And I really suggest that you guys, if you like the channel and you like the stuff that you see, all the things that we're sharing, I mean, we got thousands of more things that we're going to be sharing over the next few years. And just really hope that you guys can invite someone to come like the channel, subscribe to the channel, make some comments, really get this stuff out there, okay? And I thank you guys for watching. It's amazing that I've made as many subscribers as I have, just sharing these goofy little videos. And some of my videos and reviews from when I first started were just absolutely horrible. So I'm learning and I'm enjoying the process, and I really enjoy doing these unboxings. And I haven't really done an unboxing in a while, so I was glad to receive this Mimban Trooper to be able to unbox and show you guys from the awesome Black series, which are some of the most top-notch figures, I believe, from the Star Wars series as it is. So thank you, J Money Flavor. Thank you, Bill, for this Mimban Trooper to review here on Vision Vintage, where we always are going to keep things vintage, baby. So stay vintage, my friends. You're a terrible shot.